I'm going to go over the worksheet that you had, and you can see it here on my screen. And it's very important that you know the difference between an apostrophe S and S apostrophe. First of all, an apostrophe S and an S apostrophe both actually show possession. So I'm going to go through these, and you can see these on my screen, and you can see the only thing you need to change is what is in parentheses. So we're going to make copies plural and faxes plural. That's the only thing you need to do there. Same thing for viruses. We're just going to make it plural with an ES. And worries, you remember the rule, drop the Y, add the IES. And the next one here, we're talking about the Murphys and the Rosses. The Murphys and the Rosses plan to vacation on Maui. We're not talking about the Murphys' vacation was in Maui. We're actually talking about several people. So all I have to do here is just add S and ES because I can't add a third S here. I'm not going to do all of these, but I want to go through and just show you the difference here. Forms is plural. Numerous social media glitches, ES, caused users to worry. Mr. Mason's business statistics class included 2 Jeffreys and Courtneys. These are talking about last names, so you just add an S there. All RNs, talking about nurses, and LVNs. These are just plural positions, people. Okay, none of the attorneys were granted leaves of absence because you're taking a leave of absence during the trial. So if we're talking about attorneys, each attorney is going to take a leave. So if I'm talking about attorneys, then I need to be talking about leaves of absence, not leave of absences. So if you've ever had to do a leave form where you fill in the date and time that you're going to be out of work, that is a leave form. So I would have to do leaves of absence if I'm going to do more than one day. Okay, the next one here, customers, plural. Could not understand how identity thieves, remember to drop the F, VES. Some email messages contain smileys. Smiley here is an actual word, just add an S. Down here we've got attorneys. Attorneys is not spelled with an IES, so we need to change that to EYS. And policies is plural, IE. Shelves is not with an F, it's VES. Supplies, same thing, drop the Y, IE. All women and children. The potatoes has an E. Tomatoes has an E. Loaves, drop the F, VES. Turkeys is not spelled with an IE. Oops, EY. Avocados does not have an E like potatoes and tomatoes. Both of his sons-in-law. Some of you got that right, very good. Although the stock market had its ups and downs, our CPAs continue to invest. We're talking about multiple CPAs, so there's no apostrophe. That's correct. Both the Lopez's, and in this case, we're going to add an ES. Sold both properties, drop the YIE. Had to register 2 bills of sale. Some of the geese, GEESE, flying south for the winter landed in bunches. All knives. Glasses, plural, and dishes. Okay. The second sheet. This is possessive forms. Okay, so this is very important. So in 5 years' time, we're talking about multiple years. Okay, so I've already got an S on years. Years is plural, so all I have to do is add the apostrophe after the S. Okay, companies is not Y''S. Is in 5 years' time, social networking has totally changed the way companies interact with customers. Talking about multiple companies, so it's just plural here. Okay. All stockholders' names. We're talking about multiple stockholders. So again, we're making this a possessive. Their names. Okay. So we're talking about multiple. So you go ahead and make it plural, and then add the apostrophe after. Okay. The next one, despite the FAA's intense investigation of the crash, this one is possessive because we're talking about the FAA. I can't say it. The FAA, not FF or FAAs. Anyway, the pilot's last words. Talking about one specific pilot here. Apostrophe S. We have assigned 3 employees to answer all clients' inquiries. So here, clients is already plural, so we just need to make this possessive. Their inquiries. Okay, and I'm just going to go through here and look at some of these. The companies, 25 full-time employees. Talking about their employees. Asha's investigators. Tracy and Matt's. So we delete Tracy's. Tracy and Matt's apostrophe S here because we're talking about their car, not Tracy's and Matt's, but Tracy and Matt's is considered one unit there. Gets better gas mileage than Jennifer's car, so I could go ahead and add that if I wanted to. Because we're making that a possessive noun. Today's weather, talking about today's weather, is better than yesterday's weather. We will lose another day's work because it's possessive of work. Let's see, anything else that just stands out? Our companies. 2, we're talking about companies possessing 2 factories. Drop the YIE. We're only a stone's throw away from city's railway center. How could the Davises' property, we're talking about plural possessive, taxes, ours is not an apostrophe S. Our secretaries, in this case, is IE. And personal assistants use Clark and Clark's. So in this case, we're going to take out the apostrophe S. And the last one, the hotel's special room services. So hotels needs an apostrophe S. Oops. So these are just the answers down here, but just kind of wanted to go through that with you. And one thing I do want you to pay attention to is when you're doing these answers, you need to make it very clear. Either type it up completely, just your answers in a Word document, or you can go through and do what I did, but you'll need to bold your answers so that I can see them clearly, instead of me having to go through and figure out where your answers are. I'm not going to do that. So follow the instructions. It says to type your answers in a Word document, okay, and then save it as whatever the name of the file is, and make sure your last name is in the file name. So when I go to save it, it already has your file name there. Okay, so just wanted to go over that with you. Have any questions, feel free to email me.